With exceptional brainpower, humans have discovered many secrets of Earth. We have already reached the moon's surface and have explored other planets. Interestingly, still, several places on Earth are yet to be explored. Although science can explain almost everything that happens on this planet, that doesn't mean there isn't room for a little mystery as well. Some places are just so permeated by intrigue that there is no explaining it away. Below are just a handful of the most mysterious places on Earth. Unsolved mysteries, birds in incredible India. Ever heard that birds are suicidal? Well, you can witness a mass suicide of birds in incredible India. Jatinga is a small village in India which is famous for the mass bird suicide phenomenon. Each year between September and November several migratory and local birds commit mass suicide at the village. Till date, it is an unsolved mystery and no one is able to figure out the reason for such a mass bird suicide because birds are not known to be suicidal. Bright Eyes Mariana Trench. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench is the deepest part of Earth. This deep, crescent-shaped trench was formed by the ocean-to-ocean subduction about millions of years ago. The deepest point in the Mariana Trench is known as Challenger Deep. The depth of this point is estimated to be 10,994 meters. Considering the depth and high pressure in the Mariana Trench, it's a dangerous place to explore. Until now, 2 successful manned descent to Challenger Deep has been recorded. The first manned descent to Challenger Deep was done by Swiss oceanographer Jacques Picard and USN Lieutenant Don Walsh in 1960. The second mission was done by famous Hollywood film director James Cameron on March 26, 2012. It was a solo mission. Mariana Trench is home to many rare minerals and deep ocean creatures. The floor of the Mariana Trench contains fossils that age millions of years. Detailed exploration on Challenger Deep could reveal many secrets of Earth. But the unsustainable conditions of the Mariana Trench make it so difficult. Creepy unsolved mysteries. Human skeletons. For months, this lake in Rupkund is frozen, but when the ice melts around the lake, hundreds of scattered bones can be seen. This was first found by a British forest guard in 1942. It was believed that the skeletons were those of Japanese soldiers who had died while crossing that route during World War II. But scientists have now found out that the skeletons were of pilgrims and locals as the bodies dated to around 850 AD. Unsolved mysteries. The second highest rate of suicide. Aokigahara Forest lies at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. This deadly forest is said to be inhabited by ghosts and haunting spirits. There are signs mounted all around the forest reading, "Your life is a precious gift from your parents and please consult the police before you decide to die." More than 500 suicides have been reported since 1950s. The forest is also known as the Sea of Trees because of its dense vegetation. Strangest places. Magnetic Hill, India. On certain rare occasions, you might find your car going uphill without your driving it. What causes this scary phenomenon? Is it haunting? Or is it a magnetic force underneath the surface of the Earth? The reason behind this is still a mystery, but there are at least 2 famous magnetic hills such as the ones in Moncton, New Brunswick as well as in Ladakh, India. Most mysterious places. The Tower of London. The beheading of kings, the incarceration of state enemies, the plotting of political machinations from the Tudors to the Elizabethans, all manner of dark and shady deeds has gone down between the crenulations of London's old fortress on the North Bank. Stories of hauntings and mysterious happenings began with the sighting of Thomas Becket, a martyred saint, who is said to have stymied the construction of the palace's extension from the grave. However, it's the apparition of one Queen in Bullen that causes the biggest stir. Her headless body is seen lurking by the spot where she was killed at the behest of Henry VII back in the 1530s. Odd places. Devil's Sea. The Devil's Sea or Dragon's Triangle, off the coast of Japan, is held to be the counterpart of the Bermuda Triangle in the Pacific Ocean. It is known to be the site of unexplained phenomena including magnetic anomalies, inexplicable lights and objects, and of course, mysterious disappearances, and significantly, is held to be dangerous by the Japanese fishing authorities, who advise staying clear of the place. It is said that in 1952, the Japanese government had sent a vessel named Keiomaru No. 5 to investigate the mysteries of the area, but needless to say, the vessel and its crew of 31 were never to be seen again. Legend also has it that the Mongol ruler Kublai Khan had attempted to invade Japan by crossing this strange triangle, but it failed, having lost nearly 40,000 of his men. The suspects for the mystery of this place are usual aliens, spirits, and gates to parallel universes, but till the actual cause is found out, it is best to avoid this place. World Mysteries Bigelow Ranch. This 480-acre property in northwest Utah in the U.S. has been known to be home to countless UFO sightings, animal mutilations, and other strange occurrences. Though strange occurrences have been reported since the 1950s, it really came to limelight with the story of the experiences of two ranchers, Terry and Gwen Sherman, who bought it in 1994. On the first day they entered the ranch, they were greeted by a large wolf in the pasture. The wolf seemed docile and the Shermans even tried to pet it, but then one day it grabbed a calf by its snout through the bars of its enclosure. Mysterious places on Earth. UFO forest. The ranchers tried to shoot it, but the bullets had no effect on it. Then it ran away. The Shermans followed it, but its tracks stopped abruptly as if it had vanished. Since then the two ranchers were plagued by numerous strange happenings, like UFO sightings, intelligent floating orbs, reputed to have incinerated 3 of their dogs, inexplicable cryptids, and gruesome cattle mutilations. The Shermans in the end were left with no option but to sell the property, which they did 2 years later to Robert Bigelow. Bigelow, the founder of the National Institute for Discovery Science, wanted to study the mysteries surrounding the ranch. He owns the ranch to this day, and NIDS keeps a tight lid on their findings. Mysterious places in the world. Mysterious events. Rockefeller was collecting indigenous art in Netherlands, New Guinea in 1961 when he suddenly vanished. He and his companions were crossing the mouth of the Betsy River when their boat capsized. The official reason given for his death was drowning, but that didn't stop the rumor mill from churning. Some believed he was hiding in the jungle, others that he'd been eaten by sharks, and, one of the wildest theories, that he'd been eaten by local headhunters. Despite his father's formidable resources, they were Rockefeller's. After all, no trace of him was ever found. Years later, Carl Hoffman, a reporter for National Geographic, traveled to New Guinea to investigate and heard a gruesome story. Michael had inadvertently stepped into the middle of a war between Dutch colonists and the Asmat tribe, and the Asmat scalped him, ate his brains, cooked his skin, and used his bones for tools. Then they covered themselves in his blood. The legend remains unconfirmed, but it continues to be passed down through the generations.